Welcome back to the Smart Nonsense Podcast, where we talk about smart
Oh, dude, I fucked up my
nonsense.
pinky again last night.
You fucked up your pinky,
It's
fucked
so
up the timing.
It's
You're
all
in a
fat again.
ketosis. New
Oh,
pod, new
fuck.
season starts today. Welcome back. You want to name the season?
Fuck, dude. The new beginning. It's like the Empire Strikes Back or something.
What happened to you?
Star Wars. I don't know. Well, I've been on this Lindy Man thing of like never going to the hospital, and I think I should have gone to the hospital with my pinky.
3 months
It's
ago?
really fucked up.
I'm
What's
not
been going on
seeing.
with me?
We'll get to what's going on with you. I'm not seeing a waveform for my mic. Do I sound buttery at least?
Yeah.
Well, then we'll fix it in post, dude.
You're buttery to me.
Yeah, what's going on with your ketosis?
Um,
Actually, can I pause before we unpack that can of worms?
yeah.
I have a thread for you, which is I was skiing with some friends in the Midwest over the weekend, and one guy in particular, I learned these are high school friends. He is the archetype of person that just like shits all the time, almost shits his pants all the time. And I hadn't met one since like you and what I know about your father.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of funny to me. I was like, oh, this is a thing for some people. I mean, he must have been going 6 times a day, almost crashing out on the mountain, pooping his pants.
Oh, wow. I mean, dude, that's another level.
Sorry.
Snort. Fuck, dude.
That's
really
bad.
tough. No, dude, that's a disability you're laughing at, dude. That's fucked up.
Yeah, that's my bad. Yeah. So anyway, that's the thread I bring to the table.
I told you about what happened in Costa Rica with me and
no.
Just getting sloshed, dude.
What happened?
I mean,
your food
out,
poisoning?
Yeah, just in the jungle, dude. And I mean, I don't think I really brought it up on the pod because we talked about haircuts the whole last podcast.
And then crashed out.
Yeah, and I guess been crashed ever since.
New season, new beginnings.
Yeah, new beginnings. But in the last season, technically, went to Costa Rica with like 10 friends. Fuck, how do I do this? Well, the first part, it was just 4 of us, and we're not really friends. We're like new friends, and half of us didn't really know the other half. It's kind of a funny little hodgepodge of a vehicle that we're all traveling in through the mountain jungles of Costa Rica. And we're all sleeping in the same room together, like a bunch of swingers or something.
Wait, 4 or 6? How many people is this?
We're 4.
4.
Me, another guy, and then 2 girls. And we all don't really know each other. And we're in Costa Rica. We're sleeping in the same
Sorry,
room.
I knew this, but I forgot it.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we ever debriefed.
No.
But that's it's just a crazy setup.
I know. And part of it was like, it kind of happened because I was supposed to hook up with one of the girls. But then I met another girl and I was more excited about her, but she wasn't on the trip.
Was not?
Was not.
Okay.
So now I'm just sleeping in the same room as these people that I don't know.
Okay.
Which is fine, dude. Outside my comfort zone, but that's just why I'm here. And the problem is, though, we were having a really good time. Just this was also like a road trip because we didn't really plan it right, and we didn't realize that each day we had to like drive 5 hours. So a lot of driving, and we just kind of like in Vietnam, we just stop wherever there was a little food sign along the path. So I was eating a lot of bush meat.
Specifically like bush meat or like fruits?
No, this is meat.
Street meat.
It's for sure meat, but we're in the bush, dude. And so we're all sharing it though. So we're like, hey, if this ship goes down, at least we're all on it together. But somehow, dude, I must have got my own little cut of bushmeat, something that the rest didn't get. Because, dude, in the middle of the night, keep in mind, we're all in the same room and the bathroom's like right next to the beds. I I just get walloped by the bushmeat, dude. Absolutely, like, I haven't had that since Cartagena 2020.
Well, take me through it. Was what hour was it at? Because I
Um,
had something similar. We'll get into in Malaysia.
well, I went to bed feeling a little queasy, and I'm like, hope this is all good.
Right.
And I wake up maybe 2 hours later, so maybe around midnight, 1 a.m. Um,
Crippling pain.
dude, full body, dude. I'm in not ketosis. I don't know what I'm in, but I'm just I got the sweats. I'm hot, and I feel like I gotta puke and shit and everything, dude. It
In the
was actually,
four-person room.
yeah,
Atomized.
with these people I don't know. So now, dude, yeah, the atomizer, dude. Imagine that, but all night long, and no one understands the atomizer except you. But dude, I would shit, and then I'd feel like I had to puke, and I obviously can't puke into the bowl because I'm shitting.
And you
So then
gotta.
I'd puke into the sink.
Oh, oh,
But then the sink clogged immediately because I was spewing up bushmeat. I'm sorry if this is
oh,
a
God.
breakfast podcast for anybody, but um,
It's
it
just
was
us and
just,
Krishna, and it's lunch
yeah,
for Krishna.
yeah. She's our number one listener. So it was just that, and it was just agonizing pain. Like I do that, and then the sink would clog, and I'd look at the sink clogged, and then I'd puke more, and then I'd just uh I'd like I wouldn't want to go back to bed, so I just like crumple on the floor, and I just tried to sleep on the floor, and then I'd wake up and, dude, it was so bad. But then I just start waking everyone up because I'm yakking, and
Oh,
dude, everyone's just like, "What's going on?"
stinky binky.
I don't know
Well,
how to describe it, dude.
so
I just
so
it's death.
this like never happens to me. I was in Malaysia. Um, same, and there will be a takeaway. I have a takeaway. Same kind of thing happens. I like we'd gone out to dinner. I had some very suspicious oysters. I had a lot of suspicious oysters,
Mm,
which is something you normally do, but I felt like because you weren't there, I had to
mm,
take on that role of just the guy eating all the bushmeat because nobody else was.
mm,
So I had a lot of these oysters. But anyway, I woke up about 3:30 and I was feeling pains in my abdomen probably never felt in my life. And so I ran to the
yeah.
bathroom with the shits, get it all out. And I thought I was fine actually. So I kind of stand up and go back to bed. The second I touch the bed, I got to throw up.
Mm,
So I run on back. I scamper back there. Now I'm throwing up, and it talk about an atomizer. I don't know if I threw up from the food poisoning or from the stench. And
mm.
you know, I will also say I was not expecting this is the flavor the Smart Nonsense podcast would take in its newest groundbreaking season.
You're
But
welcome.
um, oh yeah. So my takeaway. Oh, mine only lasted an hour. It was kind of a miracle. It was like
Oh,
an hour of just absolute hell, and then it was gone. My takeaway is diarrhea, and maybe this is a Lindy man. You can let me know. Diarrhea like that does not exist in the developed world.
wow.
You don't come across that in our day to day life here. We have a
It's
lot of
weird.
we have a lot of teammates overseas that have to be out of work because of just diarrhea, and I like fully understood it. I was like, this is the absolute worst thing in the world. Everything hurts. You're nauseous. The room's spinning. You're sweating, and you're just spewing.
Yeah, yeah. I I didn't realize. I just forgot that was like a part of travel, but it hits me every time I travel, which is crazy. But I just love a good bushmeat and a street fruit. But
Well, so how
um,
did before we move
well,
on, when you kind of
dude,
woke up?
just imagine 8 hours straight of just like there's no controlling any
Toilets.
noises coming out of my body, and these people are sleeping right on the other side of the door, and it was just really uncomfy. And they had to go to the bathroom at some point, but like the sink is literally like 6 inches of just pure puke that I can't get down the drain.
No.
So literally, dude,
No.
no joke, like I have my toothbrush and I'm jamming it into the drain over and over for hours because I'm like, I can't have people come and see this. And so I'm just like,
It was
no joke, an hour straight of just jamming my toothbrush into the drain trying to get it to go down at 4 in the morning.
Oh, it
So
must
that
have
was
smelled
sick,
so
dude.
bad in there. How did this resolve?
Oh yeah, dude, it was disgusting. It was so disgusting. It resolved. I just got wiped out for a day. They went and did their fun jungle trip, and I just had like the cleaning lady just come and atomize the whole fucking facility. Um,
Yuck.
yeah, but I got some more takeaways from that trip if you want.
Yeah, no, lay 'em on me.
Um, let's see. Well, another one.
And for the
Fuck, is this
viewer, I just
negative
want to make
Nelly?
I want to make a note to the viewer. This is a letter from the editor.
Uh
Um, this podcast is going to become something.
huh.
100%. It's on its way
Yeah.
in this new season of the Smart Nonsense podcast. But today is not that day.
No.
That's all I want to say.
No, it'll come. It'll come. Um.
Other
So
takeaways.
this trip. Well, one. Fuck. This is gonna be the negative Nelly trip. It was a cool trip. But one interesting thing. This one girl, like, her
Sorry.
entire trip was
That's a
just
preemptive personal life cack.
yeah. Yeah. Fuck. Dude, downside pod. This one girl, everything that we did, it was oriented around how much sun she could get. This was a
Interesting.
sun trip.
That's a new
Like,
archetype for me.
yeah. Purely because it's like people that are used to being tan and beautiful as tan. They're like, I'm on this trip to get tan. Like, that is the number one priority. That is why I'm here.
But
Um,
you're a sunflower, so surely
well, yeah,
I guess you have
that's
different
fine.
objectives. The
Well,
sunflower's
they're
objective is not to tan, but to be outside.
yeah, and so you'd think they're intertwined, right? I
Right.
don't want to twine too much, but um, just a lot of funny ironies coming out of it. Uh, One of them, this is a Tim Ferrissism. I don't know if it was from the 4 Hour Work Week or Body or what, but he's like, "Hey, dude, if you're trying to get 10, you only need 15 minutes.
The
Anything beyond that, you're
viable
burning."
minimum viable
Right,
dosage. This goes for a lot of things.
right. You get
For
your hit.
working out.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I thought we would educate a little around minimum viable dosage.
Well, no, if you have a list of more than one or two, keep
Well, I do
going.
think it's interesting because like beyond 15 minutes in the sun, you're just increasing injury, likelihood of injury. So
Mm-hmm.
burning, right? And then you can't go out the next day. You can't get tan. So you actually like after 60 days, you end up less tan if you go over the minimum viable dosage. Same in the gym. It's like if you overdo it and you just get injured, now you miss 2 days of the gym. It's just better to exactly. And he's holding up his pinky. It's just better to be consistent on minimum viable dosage.
Yeah. Yeah, granted, I think the way that most people travel is they know they got a week and they're just trying to just fry.
Okay.
They're like, I don't give a fuck. Let me just fry. Um, so that's fine. It was just I was bringing this up as a principle because like it was to the point where like this person would like change seats in the car so that they could be on the sunny side
Oh wow.
of the car, and I'm like, hey, one, you only need 15 minutes. You're just burning after that. And they're like, no, I want to burn. I'm like, okay, that's fine, burn. The other thing though, it's really fucking hot, so all the windows are up. And I don't know if you know this, but you can't get tan through windows. And she's like,
That's
that's not
true.
true.
No, it is.
Yeah,
Glass blocks like 99% of UV.
yeah, which is what tans you. And so I brought this up, and they're like, no, that's Fugazi. I'm like, no, look it up. It's not Fugazi. I did a short on this. They're like, you don't do shorts. And I'm like, well, I maybe didn't publish it, but I did it. Um, and so then they looked it up. It was guys versus girls because the guy on my side is he works at a skincare company, so he kind of knew where I was
He
going
was
with this.
for glass. You don't get sun rays through glass kind of thing.
Generally, yes, yeah.
General.
And so they did some research, and what's actually funny is what they found is glass blocks the tanning, UV, but it lets through the aging UV. So
Like
not
UVA
only,
and UVB. You get
yeah,
the cancer one and not the
I think
tan one.
A is aging maybe, and B is I forget how it works, but basically you get the bad ones. Um, and so it was funny because like her entire life was just like, I need more sun, and if I'm in the car, I'm getting sun. That's fine. Like basically, she looked up this one fact and it was immediately like, I want to be on the dark side of the car
Right.
because I don't want to look 50 years old. And I'm like that,
Right.
like that. The principle then applies to like you only need 15 minutes because then you're just aging all the other time that you're out there and increasing your cancer.
Yeah, any of
Um,
the longevity dudes say like 20 minutes a day in sun is all you need. It kind of tracks with the minimum viable dosage. They're talking about it more in like vitamin D and like circadian rhythm, but it's like 20 minutes. Anything beyond that's kind of bad for you. And being out in the hours of day, like 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., when the UV index is the highest, is just really bad.
it's siesta time. Uh,
Siesta.
and so that was
Wow, you
interesting. And
changed your whole
then
life.
yeah, and then like we started learning like some sunscreen stuff can be bad for you. Um, or like they just misunderstood how it worked. But what was funny was like their takeaway by the end of it. I thought we're on the same page, but they came out of it and their takeaway was we went to like the beach or something, and it was like went to this like national park beachy thing, and it was cloudy, but then like the sun came out for a little bit, and so it'd been cloudy the whole day, like there's no sun. Sun comes out, and the second the sun comes out, they start putting on sunscreen. Uh, and I'm like, it's just really confusing to me because I'm like, well, now you're not gonna get you want to get tan, and they're like, yeah, but the sun's only gonna be out for like 15 minutes.
Get your 15 minutes.
Get your 15 minutes in. Like, yeah, but we don't want to age, and this still lets us tan. I'm like, no, sunscreen means you don't tan. Like it only lets you stay out longer, but the sun's just in the cloud. Like it's gonna go back away. And it was
Were
just
you,
really ironic to me that they went from give me as much sun, I never wear sunscreen, to now the second the sun comes out, I'm putting on sunscreen. Which does make sense if you're gonna be out for like an hour or two. But I'm like, get the first 15 minutes or whatever, and
this could
then put it
actually
on
be,
after.
I think this person could be your perfect isosceles partner. Just figuring out life, learning principles, taking hard stances, and flip flopping when you're wrong. Oh, and I got him.
No, it is
It's
funny
like
because
it's
that's just
you
what I
think
am
you
on the other side.
well, yeah, you think you're opposites, but I actually see a beautiful budding relationship here. I think you like each other.
No, well, what happened was I was more into some other girl, the girl that's not on
Classic.
this trip, and so uh, the other couple started swinging. Um,
Oh,
uh,
toss
did
that
I?
right in there for the true fans.
I got another couple things. I don't know if it's
Yeah,
getting any more positive. This is just I just
I'd
want
like to get
to tie a
positive, but
bow
that's
on this.
fine as long as you're self-aware. Nerdy, dirty cack.
uh, this is gonna be positive depending on how your glass is oriented. Um, well, did you have anything? Because I've been talking for a while.
Well,
I don't mean to hog it all.
I have a lot of China and Malaysia
Oh,
things,
that can be tied
some
into.
principles in here. But I think what we need to do. Oh, there's we don't get diarrhea in the States like you get abroad. Yeah, I said it's a primal
Nice.
kind of rhea. Primal kind of
Oh,
rhea.
nice.
Absolutely horrible.
It is primal.
Um, no, I think the way we need to do that is have a dedicated China Malaysia pod, and maybe you can ask me
Oh,
questions or something.
oh, I like what you're doing there. Okay, because I have a couple more.
Because right, yeah, we're still in the jungles of Costa Rica, cloud forests, really.
Right. Um. So another one. Um. Oh, I got a couple in here. Nice.
Yeah,
Another one. This was when we were in kind of that like national preserve thing. We're actually close to the water now because it's kind of beachy, and that was when the like sun came out and they put on the sunscreen. We were there and we had a guide, and
sorry,
also,
it's
dude.
very specific. Call back.
Um, we had a guide, and
What's wrong with the guide?
the
I know
guide,
your
dude,
your preface guy with the also dude. So I'm waiting.
the guy, the guide, one dude. I like Latin America. Just they never got like political correctness. It just never arrived.
Well, it's
Um,
coming. It's coming.
I
It's
don't
just gonna
know. I
take a
think
long time.
they might have just missed it. Like the boat just sailed elsewhere. Um, but one I don't even remember the context. This wasn't even in my notes. I just forgot about it. But he like one of my friend's girlfriends. He called her retarded for some reason.
Oh, oh. The guide?
No, it's kind of bad out of context because I really don't remember the context. It was funny at the moment because he like singled her out as being retarded for some reason.
Oh.
Um, I don't know why this happened either. But then after, hold on, maybe this shouldn't have been a thread.
Well, and for me, are
Uh,
we in Costa Rica or are we in the States?
we're in Costa Rica. No,
Okay.
we're on a little nature preserve, getting a tour guide around. Um, I don't know if he said like alligator. I don't know. I don't know what he said to call it retarded, but it was kind of funny.
Oh, oh, oh.
So one, we're like, okay, this guy is fucking. He's running hot, dude. He's got some heat and he's just dishing it. Um, but then another thing, he was like you to the same girl later on. You look like my my daughter or something. And then he did like the Asian eyes
Oh!
thing. and, and this is like half Asian group that we're with. Um,
You look like my daughter?
yeah, I guess his ex-wife was Asian or something like that, but he did the Asian
Oh, is
eyes.
this the guide?
The guide,
Okay, I thought this was one of your
I,
friends.
no,
It's the
the
guide
guide
to
did
one of
this.
your friends. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, he was just hanging.
Yeah, how'd the group
Very
react?
unexpected.
It's very.
Not well. They're kind of like half of the group is like a militant PC people. Like they're pretty heavy. Um, but so they were pretty upset. They're like, wow, that's pretty problematic. Which God, I hate that word. But you know, in my head, and I've kind of had this feeling for a while, but I really think a lot of the racism stuff, it's it's in the eye of the beholder. It's um like imagine I think the Asian eyes is only bad because you think it's bad. So you kind of like project your own feelings onto like that being bad when really that's just like describing how someone looked. Like if you're like, "Oh, you look like my son," and like it's like big muscles or something. And you'd be like, "Oh, big muscles are good." So that's not mean. But in your head you think Asian eyes is bad, so now you associate it as bad. But like it's kind of
Right.
just an objective thing and you're like you put in your lens on it. Um so I had no issues. Well, I'm not Asian, but also uh, I think that's kind of true. Where it's like you only think it's bad, so that makes it bad. But like, it, if you're like if you're like making fun of someone's dick size and you're like it's small or it's big, fuck that. Maybe that. Oh, my analogies might be breaking down a little bit. Um, no, maybe we.
I think it's very context specific.
Uh,
Like if he goes around and he's like doing Asian eyes, he's like ring ding 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 ding. Like that might be kind of mean. But if he's like, my daughter
I know,
looks
but
like
why is
you.
that mean?
Oh, there it is.
Why- um, I don't know. I don't know. I think there's an argument. It's kind of like what was that? The book that's fuck, dude. Sick podcast we got going. There's
Well,
some I don't
you're
know.
losing
This
you're losing your thread.
there's like just like reality is reality, and then like how you interpret it is up to you. And
I
so
think that's a
like
Naval. Reality is neutral.
yeah, something like that. But oh,
Is that the
well,
thread?
well, my camera just overheated, so that's a bummer.
Oh,
Oh
Gardeloo!
well, I was
Is
doing
that
the thread.
is that is that where this thing ends?